welcome to a live Shaw Sports presentation.
Good afternoon from beautiful Parksville, BC at the finals of Volleybash 27. My name is Roturo alongside Shane Hyde, organizer who you may know from VIU Mariners award-winning volleyball teams. And Shane, more awards happening here today, the gold medal finals for the women's and men's teams. First up, gold medal for the women's. Let's talk about these teams, Shane. First of all, the challengers, two 15-year-olds.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that we got two 15-year-olds in the final of such a coveted event. You know, they're excited. I've talked to them already, and they're pretty pumped to be out here. In fact, Katarina just turned 15 2 days ago, which is shocking.
We did have a chance to catch up with them just before the match started. Here's what they had to say.
We had a little bit of a rough start, actually, because we've never played together
this
before.
Is our first tournament together ever. We played Team BC Beach together, though, so we know each other well.
Yeah, and we got third in our pool, and we actually played this team. This was our first game, and wasn't too bad. It was 20-25 for them, and it was our first game ever together. So I think now we're like warmed up and
trying to get a bit of redemption here.
Yeah.
And on the other side of the court, the defending champions, Denise and Kumi. Shane, what more can you say about them other than defending champions?
Yeah, pretty much in the last 3 years, they've owned this court. Kumi's won for 4 straight years here on the Volleybash courts. Yesterday they played in the threes competition, the open threes, and they both won it in the threes competition. So they're pretty tired today too. But you know, when it comes to Kumi and Denise, they're two of our top females in the province for sure.
And just for the match, here's what they had to say.
I think there's a bit of expectation, but we kind of just try to play free in every match. And we played these girls earlier today. They definitely put up a really good fight. So
yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun.
It'll be a tough match. Hopefully the crowd will get into it.
So you've met the teams. You've heard what we have to say. Let's let them take it from here. Volleybash 27 gold medal match starts now.
One highlight reach.
And that'll fall for the first point, going to Team Denise and Kumi. Now, there's no referee signaling this, Shane, because there are no referees here.
No, that's the one thing about Volleybash. It's the island theme. We like to keep it pretty low-key here, and we definitely decided to go with no referees.
Everyone plays by their honor, and it's worked out for 27 years, so it's got to be pretty good.
Yeah, there's an example right there. It was a questionable call here about whether it was in or out, and you can see that both teams just sorted out themselves.
Up 2-0 now. Kumi to serve. Up by May. Go over the block. Dug up. It's going to need some help. It's there. There's the spike. Blocked at the wall.
Another example there, Gracie May showing her sportsmanship. She was on the top of the net and called it herself.
Up 3-0. Early lead here for the defending champs. Just under the net. Can they get it over? They will. Free ball with the spike. Well blocked. Dug up. They'll get their own attack out of it. Duel at the net falls. That'll be another point for the defending champs. 4-0.
I wonder here if there's nerves playing into this this team of 15-year-olds. It's looks like they're shaking off some nerves here.
And that will indeed go out. So a good call on the line there. They'll finally be on the board. Gracie and Katarina now up to serve, down 4-1. Good eye there from the youngsters. And they'll put the free ball out of this, and they'll get their second point just like that. Gracie with the point there.
That's a rare misplay on Denise Wooding's part. She's normally a very strong passer, and one thing I've heard all day today is these young girls really can serve the ball hard.
We're seeing examples of that now. Katarina up again. Decent amount of pace on it. Kumi puts it up. And that's brought down, not in. And they will switch sides here every 7 points. They switch sides. And 4-3, that early lead evaporating. So they've settled down nicely here, Shane, and now a much closer game.
Yeah, a couple misplays there by Denise Wooding. I'm sure that she'll pick it up here.
Just clearing the net there. They'll get an attack out of it, and it will fall.
That shot there is called a pokey in beach volleyball, where you close your fingers and make a kind of a fist. You can't open hand tip in beach volleyball, so that's what they revert to as a pokey. And Kumi's one of the best at it. She's played a lot of volleyball over in Vancouver, and she's, like I said, one of our top players.
Up 5-3 now. Back to serve. Popped up by Gracie. Katarina puts it up. Free ball. Denise to set.
Line over. Yes.
And she will find the empty quarter of the court. 6-3. Good awareness there, Shane, finding the empty spot in beside the block.
Yeah, her partner yelled deep line, and she decided to go the other way.
Watch it. Push me. Line. Come on. Straight ahead.
Dug up. The net. This will be an attack for Denise. Off the net. Popped up by Gracie. Off the net. Can't keep it in as Katarina. Another point for the defending champs. 7-3. Good topspin on that serve. Still up. Katarina to spike. Gives a little pokey, I believe you called it, Shane. And with power and authority, make no mistake, Denise scoring that point. 8-3.
Yeah, that was a big spike for Denise Wooding. I think she's starting to feel comfortable now.
Back to serve. Finds her target again. Little poke from Gracie. Kumi puts it up. Denise puts a little feather touch on it. Lets it fall for the 9th point, 9-3.
Yeah, you notice they both partners are doing a lot of chattering with each other, and you'll find your partner will call the open spots, and that was a cut shot by Wooding, and that was all told to her by Kumi.
Watch it. Push me. Long. Go. Yeah, I'm here.
Well popped up.
Line, get up.
Do it. At the net, the duel. Double hit there. Falls anyway. 10-3. Champs looking full control here in the first game. First set, rather. And there's a nice power hit from Gracie May.
Yeah, that was a good swing by Gracie May. Gracie May, both these young kids have a lot of experience in their short time. Gracie May, like we said, is only 15, but she was both part of our provincial team indoor and our beach team, so pretty awesome to be 15 and getting that much experience.
Potential future national teamer?
Yeah, I would say so.
Almost gets a hand to it there, but the champs make no mistake.
And here you see Denise Wooding reaching high and taking a huge swing, showing why she's one of the best power hitters indoors and out on the beach.
In full control of this first set, 12-3.
Is that right? 11-4? Yeah. We switched up 4-10, right? Yeah, we switched up 4-10, yeah. Thank you.
Just a bit of a...
It's a correction on that score there. It is, in fact, 11-4. Once again, the no ref situation working to everyone's advantage, keeping everyone honest.
No issues with it.
And that serve is long. Good eye, they let it fall. 11-5. Katarina back to serve this. Once again, good power on it, popped up. Kumi to Denise. Looks short, almost there. Good dive by Katarina, not enough to keep it popped up. 12-5.
Well, we saw Denise Wooding have a couple huge swings, and now she decides to take a cut shot. Same result, point for them.
Free ball over. They'll get another crack at it here, and they will. And able to get a hand to it was Gracie May, but not enough to get it forward.
It's interesting because every team should have a game plan going into each set, and right now it looks like the young girls are serving Denise Wooding, which I don't know if it's the right choice because Kumi Chow was a setter. She was a setter through her indoor career, and don't know if it's working.
They do well to watch that go out, 13-6. And like you said, Jane, you've seen it. Every serve that's gone towards Denise Wooding has been popped straight over to Kumi Chow, and then it's usually kill time, and the scoreboard would play that out.
Yeah, totally. And Denise Wooding is such a skilled athlete. She can swing or she can take shots. So here we do it. See it again.
Winds up, goes long. Oh, that one's on the line.
Yeah, she goes high line on that one and scores.
There you go, 14-6.
And these young girls, they don't know what's going to hit them. Again, Denise Wooding has went short cross on them. She swung on them, and now she's going deep line.
Let's talk about those mind games there, Shane. At some point, you really have to work on outguessing your opposition, and fair to say the defending champs have got their mind games going here.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think they've dropped a set this whole weekend.
And with authority, good night. Thanks for coming out. Denise Wooding, just sensational power, and they will switch sides.
Yeah, it actually looks like they've called a timeout. Again, there's no referees, so they do it themselves. They're allowed one timeout per set, and it looks like the young girls have decided to call a timeout. A good decision in my
Yep, it's a wonderful day out here, but it is also quite hot and beating down on you, and it's a good thing we have those tents set up there for just a little bit of respite.
Yeah, and again, it's 15-6, and they need to change their game plan right now. It's not working out, this serving to Denise Wooding. Denise Wooding was a member of the 2016 Indoor National Champs when she played at the University of Toronto, so she's a skilled athlete, and her and Kumi, like I said, are multiple defending champs here at Volleybash, and have had some huge success over in Vancouver at Kids Beach. So I don't know if serving Denise is the right choice. So we'll see if they change it after this timeout.
15-6. Sets go to 21 points.
Go, go, go!
Off the net with that one. Not able to handle the serve properly there was Gracie May, and Kumi Chow will take the point. 16-6. This one a little more easily dealt with. Popped up. Looks long. Can't find the line there. Another point for the champs, or the defending champs, excuse me.
Yeah, Gracie May just tries to go for a short shot, and it's out by a considerable amount.
You can see the mindset, though, trying to find a way to shake up their attack, find a hole where they couldn't before. And now, unfortunately, they're having trouble even just keeping control off the serve. That's 2 serves in a row where Kumi Chow has just left them scrambling.
Yeah, well, once again, they're 15 years old. They've got spectators around here. They've got television cameras in their face. They're feeling the pressure.
Great learning experience, though. Excellent environment. And not a bad spike, but it's dug up. Great block at the net by Katarina. Can't keep it in, though. Point goes. Denise Wooding, Kumi Chow. Good read to get that block, but not enough to keep it in. Popped up. That'll be a free ball.
Yeah, I'm here.
Wooding puts it up. Kumi Chow does find the little poke.
Yeah, that was a great shot by Kumi Chow there. She just she does a good job of disguising which way she's going with her roll shots. She looks like she's going cross court, and then at the last minute she just changes it and goes down the line. Oh, she's doing a sky ball to win it.
A little bit of a cheeky move there. The tip from Gracie May is dug up. Wooding, great block. This will stay live. And back over.
Oh.
Digs it up. Can they keep it live? No, the youngsters stay alive. Clutch point there. Rallying for their lives in the set. They do manage to stave off a defeat for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, good use of the block there.
Now still set point. And this time, no mistake whatsoever from Kumi. 21-7 first set going to the defending champions of Kumi Chow and Denise Wooding. Alongside Shane Hyde. Shane, these are some of the highlights from the first set between Gracie May, Katarina, Pantovic, Kumi Chow, and Denise Wooding.
Yeah, you know, it definitely was a one-sided battle. It was all the champs that were dictating the entire match. The 15-year-olds showed their nerves, I think. They're about to get started here.
They did indeed try their best, though. We can't fault them for that. And they start things off down 1-0.
Yeah, an error right off the bat is not how they wanted to start this match.
Chow to serve. May. Pantovic. With the spike, that finds the ground. 1-1. Gracie May not going down without a fight here.
No, that was the first time I saw her really take a swing at the ball. I think she's needing that ball a little tighter to the net, and that time she got it.
Serving in. Wooding once again, the recipient.
No, cross!
And this time it's popped up, but Pantovic does well. She'll get another swing at it. Good dig by Wooding, but can't keep it in play. That time the serve to Wooding worked out for the youngsters. Great defense on that rally.
Yeah, it was a great dig by Pantovic, and then she finishes off with a wonderful swing.
Wooding able to get just an arm to it, not enough. She'll get that one though. At the net, clever little touch there by Pantovic.
Yeah, again, hard serving is the key for these young girls. They need to keep their services hard and put them into trouble.
And although that one was hard, it was into the net. Serve goes back the other way.
Unfortunately, that's one of the things. If you're serving tough, you're going to have some errors. That's the name of the game.
With power comes hopefully some responsibility.
Touch it. Watch over.
Can they get it over? They will. This will be a free ball.
Rowan! Yeah!
And that is right at the feet of Pantovic Wooding, showing no mercy there on that free ball.
Yeah, I remember the first two plays of the match. The first set, Denise Wooding made 2 errors, and since then I think she's been 100% with her offense.
3-all is the score. Defending champs. Pair of 15-year-old challengers opposing them. Giving as good as they get. Wooding right at May. 4-3, and they will switch sides. So we haven't quite seen what we talked about in the first set there, Shane. The need to perhaps change strategy, serve at Chow instead of Wooding. And it really is showing that this might not be the wisest play.
No, but they did try to go to Kumi at the end of the first set, and Kumi scored 3 in a row as well, so.
Got it. Here, forwards. Nobody line. Out.
And that one will go long.
Yeah, sure.
You know, Kumi's a very skilled player. She played her indoor career in Hilo in Hawaii, University of Hilo, and she also played in Florida at a place called Bethune-Cookman, so she's definitely got the experience.
Gracie May, set here. Pantovic, off the hands of Chow, and they'll get a point out of it. 5-4.
Let's go. Push 2. Push 1.
Really impressed with Katarina Pantovic. She's definitely playing like somebody that did not just turn 15 2 days ago.
Though some nerves might still be present, though.
Yes, that one there, she went for a hard serve and it didn't even make it to the net, so can't be doing that.
We'll just call that curse of the commentator and call it a day there.
Go, you.
Bit of a miscommunication off the serve, but May still gets the spike off the hands of Wooding. Quick recovery, and they get the point out of it. It's had the potential to go all kinds of wrong here, Shane, but they ended up making good on it in the end.
Yeah, sometimes when the ball hits the top of the tape like that, it throws off the defender.
On the attack now, no mistake for Chow this time. Drills it into the empty back corner, 7-5.
And you saw the youngsters try to serve Kumi on that one, change it up, and again, Kumi's just so accurate with her shots. It's pretty tough because both of these girls are on right now.
6-1, half of the other really. Do you want to serve to the good player or the good player? Take your pick.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, and then they're making errors too, so it's really they're fighting 2 things. They're fighting themselves and their error control, and then they're fighting 2 outstanding opponents.
8-5 for the defending champs, Denise Wooding and Kumi Chow. Serving to Gracie May and Katarina Pantovic. Pantovic with the reception. May puts it up. Off the net. A fortuitous bounce off the top of the net. They'll take it.
Yeah, lucky bounce there, but they'll take every point they can get at this point. And again, a nice approach. Sometimes when you hit that top of the tape, the ball could go either way.
You talked about that power earlier. Having that much power in your swing means you can get those favorable bounces more often than not.
For sure, yeah.
Wooding, Chow.
One highlight!
Off the block. and it'll stay in. 9-6 for the defending champs. They've slowly been able to build this lead. In the first set, Shane, we saw them take a very commanding lead about midway through, now much closer. And they'll give up a free ball here, scram the defense, but it keeps the play alive. Wooding now, off the block of May, kept alive by Chow. Wooding again, plays it short, gets to fall. 10-6.
Yeah, sometimes when players are in trouble, they actually use that block as a continue. They hit the hands so they can continue it back on their side, and that time Wooding decided to go over on 2.
May at the net. Duel at the net is won by Wooding. Now a 5-point lead.
Looks like the strategy for the champs is to serve Gracie May. Oh, they changed it up.
Pantovic to May this time. Pantovic with the swing. Popped up by Wooding. Chow gets it up. Over the block and falls in. Managing to float the block and find the back corner. Precision from the defending champs. 12-6.
Yeah, body language on the youngsters, it just looks like they're already beaten, and they need more. They need some body language, and they need to get some excitement.
For the match, Shane, we had a quick chat with them. They have faced earlier in the day, and the youngsters felt that they gave a good account of themselves then and weren't going to be overawed by the occasion. But now with that fortuitous point, down 12-7, champs have definitely brought their A game here. Chow receives, Wooding puts it up. At the net, pass Pantovic, and falls for the point, 13-7.
Yeah, these the champs. I kind of talked to them beforehand. Said the pressure's on. They can't lose to 15-year-olds, and I think they brought it.
Touches the tape.
Yeah, just tags it.
And they will flip sides again. Every multiple of 7, they will switch sides here, and they will take a timeout, it looks like.
Yes, the youngsters have taken a timeout. Again, they need to regroup. You know what? They're 15 years old. They've got to just relax a little bit and have some fun with this. I think they're too uptight, and they're worrying about all the mistakes and the champs scoring points on them. It's going to happen, and you know the chances of them upsetting these champs is probably very close to unlikely. But have some fun with it.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened.
Totally.
Though right now, down 14-7 in the second set. The likelihood of them walking away with the shiny gold trophy right in front of us is starting to look a little less than it was before. Here are some highlights from that second set. Much closer than the first game, but still, you could see all the telltale signs of a command performance here by Wooding and Chow.
Yeah, and the young girls, they keep trying. They're going to Kumi sometimes, they're going to Denise sometimes, and there's just no answer. Both of the champs are so accurate in their offense that it's a tough one for these young girls.
Now they're running out of time to figure it out. Down 14-7 the second set. Wooding to serve. And she will put that one. Did they say in? Yes, it is in.
Yeah, and they served there.
The call was out from the receivers, but it did just in fact tag the line. 15-7, and an ace serve there by Wooding. She puts in another one. This time Pantovic is waiting. May hits it on the second. Can she keep it in? No, she does not keep it in. 16-7. That close. It was a change up there from May going on the second hit. Found some space, but not in play. And that one, however, will fall out. 16-8 now, and May to serve.
Watch over on 2, watch over on 2.
I'm saying watch on 2, Shane. Comes to Chow.
2, cat 2. Right, cross. So
Little
good.
touch from Kumi Chow.
Yeah, every time the youngsters block Kumi, she doesn't even bother taking a swing. She just cuts shots it by him. There's a lot of open court back there, and Kumi's finding it every time.
Pantovic to May.
Left, go left.
Pantovic, the swing off the block finds the point. if nothing else, Katarina Pantovic has shown she has power to spare and is not afraid to use it, Shane.
Totally, but everything in beach volleyball is about ball control. And as soon as these youngsters get the ball control, they're siding out. They just need to find their ball control.
Service deep. Wooding. This time, Pantovic's there with the cut shot, and they do manage to get it over quick. Reflexes from Gracie May, keep it live. And this time, Wooding can't get it past the block or indeed over the net. And some quick thinking there from Gracie May leads to a point.
Yeah, there were some ugly hands there that definitely should have been called. And you could see, if you saw the replay, Kumi and Denise both kind of did a facial expression where it should have been called.
Touch there falls. That one will be a point.
Guaranteed if this score was tighter, you would have seen Denise and Kumi make that call for sure. But there's an example of not having referees.
We can just pretend that if there was a referee, it was an error in judgment.
That's right.
Regardless, 18-10 for the defending champs of Wooding and Chow. And Pantovic does well to get an arm to that and get it over, but can't keep it in play. 19-10 now, and the gulf is widening yet again.
Yeah, 2 points away from their, I think their third in a row.
It's a sky ball, and it will fall out. 19-11.
There's kind of a tradition, mainly over in Kitts Beach, where you do a sky ball for the win. So you'll see them every time that it's near championship point. They'll do a sky ball.
It's a nice little tradition. And they get their point out of it.
Here you go. Kumi will definitely try a sky ball here for the win. This is for match point.
2011's best 2 out of 3. And the gold medal for Volleybash 27 could be off this sky ball from Kumi Chow. The defending champs repeat. It's gonna fall long. It was close.
Yeah, very
close. It
close.
was very close, but it just missed that tape right in front of our broadcast bench. And it will go over to May and Pantovic. 2012, they have an 8-point gap to make up. Wooding for the win. Pantovic keeps it live. May. Pantovic, little touch. Chow does well. Kumi Chow into the block. What a block from Pantovic. Clutch play at the net. 2013, they're not done yet.
Yeah. Great dig by Katarina to start the whole playoff. And then she tries to go with a roll shot.
Chow now. Goes short, and it will fall. And that's it. Kumi Chow once again showing clinical finishing at the net. The team of Kumi Chow and Denise Wooding are your 2017 gold medalists for Volleybash 27.
Yeah, this is getting to be a broken record for Kumi Chow and now Denise Wooding as well. These girls, they are owning Parksville Sand. There's no doubt about it.
A dynasty in the making, perhaps, Shane?
It's already been made. Kumi, I don't know how many times I'm looking at this trophy and I'm seeing her names all over it. Between her and Danielle Hyde, they're all over this trophy.
Will be added once more here. 21-13 second set victory, 2-0. Kumi Chow and Denise Wooding over Gracie May and Katarina Pantovic. Not too shabby champions yet again. Does it ever get old being the champions?
No, never. It's the best.
So again, this is pretty much your home court now. The number of wins is starting to get impressive. Do you think of this as home now?
I'd say so. I mean, like, we're actually from Vancouver and we play at Kitts most of the time, but we really enjoy coming out here. We love the venue. We love the vibe. Like, everyone's just here. They just want to have a good time and, like, yeah, the music. And, yeah, so we definitely like coming back here.
The trophy certainly can't hurt either.
Definitely helps. We always like to go for the win, so, yeah.
We saw that today. Great final. Tell me a bit about your thoughts about your opposition. How do you feel the match was?
I think it was a good match. I'm definitely proud of how we played. I think over the weekend we improved steadily, and I think we brought our A game to the match, the finals.
They're really impressive though, because they're only 15, so
yeah, I was
they're
just
only
saying,
gonna get better.
If I was 15 playing on TV in front of all these people, I probably wouldn't have even been able to put one serve in. So
I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
Well, you did it. You're champions again. Congratulations to both of you. Best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to beautiful Parksville, BC. Roturo alongside Shane Hyde for Volleybash 27's gold medal match, men's side. Shane, the two teams we have here, some great competitors. First up, Braydon Brouwer and Jeff Webb, two VIU students.
Yeah, I get to see him quite a bit. Actually, Jeff works for me all summer long, setting up nets, and he knows his beach pretty well. And Jeff is an amazing athlete. He just won Canada Games, and Braydon Brouwer was a CCAA All-Canadian at VIU. So, two outstanding players, young players, and I think we'll see these guys in finals for some time to come.
Well, before we get there, let's have a quick chat with them. Here's what they had to say before the game.
A lot of teams out yesterday and a lot of teams out today. Good competition, and it was really cool to play against a bunch of friends of mine that I've played throughout the past couple of years, and it's been really fun.
Yeah, it's the first time playing with Jeff, and it's been a good time so far. I like see how it goes back. I was firefighting, and now I'm back in the volleyball world. So.
And on the other side of the court, two veterans, Mike St. Pierre and Rowan Sentesy. Shane, these guys have seen it all, done it all. They're going to be a stiff challenge.
Yeah, they are, and they're hungry. They've never been at in a Volleybash championship game. They come every year. They've played some great volleyball. They actually play all season long, pretty much all season long. Even in the wintertime, they play at Willows Beach in Victoria, and they are very skilled, big men that can move. So you'll see that.
Excellent. And of course, it wouldn't be an interview if we didn't have a chance to, see what makes them tick. So here are the men.
A lot of really good players in this team, particularly young, dynamic, so it's going to be a tough match.
We had them in pool play earlier and took them by the skin of our teeth, so this will be a good one too.
So there they are, Sentesy and St. Pierre, Brouwer and Webb. All that remains now is the gold medal match. Let's get going. On our broadcast left, Rowan Sentesy and Mike St. Pierre. On our broadcast right, Braydon Brouwer and Jeff Webb. And we are underway. Off the net, little tip, and first point goes to the boys from VIU.
Yeah, that was a great shot there, going over on two by Jeff Webb. Very experienced player, just actually last week won Canada Games for BC.
So well, there you go. From that straight to Volleybash. Popped up, off the block, dug up nicely, but it'll go back over. And a little poke, still in. Great rally here, only the second point of the match, and already Sands flying, that one will go long. 2-0.
The interesting thing about both these teams is this is one of the few times they've played together with each partner. So, in fact, Webb and Brouwer have never played together, and neither have the older guys. And it's pretty impressive that they're in the final.
Into the net, 2-1, just like that. Bit of a miscue. She's serving into the sun, so I'm sure we'll chalk it up to that. Nicely from the right side, short touch top of the net, kept alive nicely. Free ball though, second effort at it. Through the block, can't get there the second time. 3-1.
Yeah, Braydon Brouwer was in indoor. He plays for VIU, and he was the Pac West Player of the Year and a CCAA All-Canadian. So he is a very, very powerful player. You'll see him unleash a big hit at some point in this match.
Back to serve now. Popped up, short pop. There'll be a free ball here. We will get a little touch on it, only to mid-court. Popped up easily. Dug out, set up, into the block and down. Make it 4-1. And the duo from VIU, Shane, is staking themselves to a nice early lead here.
Yeah, well, I like they've got a lot of communication, and they're definitely playing with a lot of fire. You can see Jeff Webb doing some fist pumps there after that point. But
unfortunately.
Again, yeah. Same as what we saw in the women's game, a lot of missed serves.
Get gold medal jitters, perhaps. Get those out of the way as early as you can, and I suppose with a 3-point lead, it's probably one of the safest times, if any, to have a bit of jitters. Over the block it goes, easily dealt with. Duel of the net, 5-2.
Yeah, they're, as you said earlier, these teams are switching at multiples of 7, and right now it's very, very important that they're doing so because the sun is directly in their face when they're receiving the serve.
courtside advantage is going to be even worse as the sun sets here. No way to avoid it. Great pop up, but it won't stay in play. 5-3.
Yeah, that was a very aggressive swing by Rowan Sentesy. He's a very, very skilled player. Plays all his volleyball at Willows Beach right now in Victoria. They basically construct one volleyball court in Oak Bay, and they play through the winter even.
St. Pierre now back to serve. Down 5-3 in this first set. Off the net, popped up. And the attack at the net, blocked by Sentesy. 5-4. The lead evaporates.
One thing I'd say to these guys, these young guys from VIU, they seem to be putting the ball off the net a lot. I would try and get that ball tighter so they can actually swing or just do a roll shot over, but right now they're not setting the ball tight enough.
St. Pierre serving into the sun, as we mentioned earlier, hasn't hurt him so far, and another great block from Sentesy, who is owning the center of the net right now.
Yeah, I don't know so much if that made it over the net or if that was more into the net, but definitely Sentesy is putting the pressure up there to get Jeff Webb thinking about the swing for sure.
5-5, all even. Hits it on 2, St. Pierre's there. Sentesy puts it over, not over, just up. Now it's over, free ball.
Cross! Come on!
Great dig up by St. Pierre. Can't get to the second one though, 6-5.
Wow, I'm impressed by this big guy, Mike St. Pierre. He's pretty agile for a big man.
That was some impressive defensive work there. Almost got the second one. Wasn't far away from popping that second dig up.
No, not at all.
That one will sail out, so that advantage, once again, control issues really rearing their head here for Webb and Brouwer.
Yeah, well, both these teams, neither team has been in a final of any sort in beach, and so this is new for both of these teams to be in a Volleybash final and championship, so definitely the young guys are making some more errors.
And just as that happens, Sentesy shows he can make errors just as easily as the younger guys. 7-6. Brouwer back to serve. And he will touch the tape. That's an ace.
Yeah, that one just went right between both players. We call that a husband and wife, right down the middle of the seam. And it also tagged the line. So that's an excellent serve by Braydon Brouwer there.
Pinpoint accurate. 8-6 now.
So one thing you'll notice is that Jeff Webb is signaling where he's blocking with his fingers. We can talk about that later.
There's the block, gets past it though, and Brouwer almost able to get it, but Sentesy, nice little poke to get it to fall.
All four of these guys are showing control, roll shots, but I know, and I've seen it, these four can all take huge swings at the ball. We'll wait and see. We will see a big hit at some point here, I guarantee it.
St. Pierre to serve. Brouwer awkwardly gets it up. Webb puts it over for free, and it falls. I don't think any of them expected that, but they'll take it. 9-7.
Yeah, those are plays that when you're out there, you actually really don't like the person when that happens. It's a very cheesy shot. It's not something that we do. So when it happens, it's definitely frowned upon.
Well, with no referee here at Volleybash, as per tradition, you're on your honor. And there's that kill you were talking about, Shane. Lethal from Sentesy.
Yeah, for sure. That was a great swing by Rowan Sentesy. He's a very, very strong player. He's been playing at Volleybash for many years. It's nice to see him now in the final. Both him and Mike St. Pierre are longtime Volleybash members, so it's great to see that they finally made it into this final.
Quick cleating of the line here. And Sentesy. Quick communication with St. Pierre. And over it goes. Brouwer. Webb. Brouwer to swing.
Out. Nice swing, bro. Ball's out. I was in. The line jumped. Show me the ball mark right now. Show me the ball mark.
Ball mark is right here.
Yeah,
but look at the line. Look at where the antenna is, and look at where the ball mark is.
Can I come?
Yeah. Okay, so the ball
There'll be some debate here. Let's see if we can see on the replay.
the antenna is right now. Okay, but that's your fault.
And we can't quite see where it tags. There's some debate over the ball mark here.
Ball is in. Play reserve.
Looks like it's out.
Fix the lineup. That's
I
like
believe I heard reserve
So-
coming up there, Shane.
Yeah, so the issue is that the line is kind of bent a little bit, but you know, if I was to step in as organizer, I'd tell them that it's where the lines are at the time of the play, at the time of the serve. If the line had moved, then that's where the line is.
So the point is nullified.
But again, they're all fine and no refs. Worked out.
Brouwer again. This time off the block from St. Pierre.
And we have a saying on the courts that the ball never lies. So obviously the ball was they had made the right decision there.
All works out in the end if you're Sentesy and St. Pierre. 9-9. Brouwer floats to Webb. He'll swing again. Does get past St. Pierre, and while Sentesy is able to get down, not able to get it back up. 10-9.
Yeah, great controlled swing down the line. And definitely Braydon Brouwer is one of the hardest hitters in this tournament. But he's showing that he can actually do some great roll shots as well.
This is a little lull him into a false sense of security here, Shane. Don't show the big guns till you need to.
Yeah, for sure. Well, all of these guys can block too, so sometimes the roll shot is more effective with that big block at the net. And we just saw that with, I think it was Sentesy with the shot down the line.
And with that, it's even up at 10.
Right here, Maggie. Yeah.
Very close gold medal game. Of course, you'd expect that from two gold medal finalists. Who gets that incisive breakaway is the next question. St. Pierre serves. Brouwer gets it up awkwardly. Webb does get it there. It'll be a free ball. Keeps it short. Sentesy pops to St. Pierre. Duel at the net is over, and it will fall in. St. Pierre does the job at the net.
Yeah, that was a tough ball by Mike St. Pierre had to deal with. It was extremely tight to the net, and Jeff Webb is a very good blocker. So, great job with the roll shot.
As they switch sides here, there'll be just a brief timeout called here. Out in the baking sun here in Parksville. Beautiful day, but it is that does mean the sun is baking right down on you.
Yeah, we've had a lot of heat in this Labor Day long weekend. This Volleybash 27 yesterday the teams were fried basically playing in the triples. It's just a beautiful environment. The city of Parksville, they keep these courts amazing. We run some huge leagues here with Oceanside Outdoor Sport, over 100 competitors, both in the Tuesday night leagues and the Wednesday night leagues, and this facility here is top notch. It's 38 courts we can fit in here. It's one of the largest in all of Canada.
It's amazing.
Yes, and this started years and years ago by a counselor, Dean Huswick, who brought this in and brought in the Canadian National Championship, which spawned Volleybash. So
27 years later.
27 years later, we have this. Yeah, some of our best players like Jamie Broder, who played in the Olympics last year. Jamie Broder's name is all over that trophy, and she's playing the Olympics. So it's pretty awesome to see some of the people that have came through Parksville Beach.
Absolutely, you've created basically a small little mecca of island volleyball talent right in this core area in the Central Island.
For sure.
Got to be proud about that.
Yeah, we partner with Volleyball BC, and we host the Island High School Championships. It's the largest one-day tournament ever in the history of volleyball, and 160 teams in one day. So we definitely can pump out some pretty amazing tournaments here.
And I suppose your position at VIU, you may have a small hand in that as well at the higher levels.
Yeah, it definitely helps out.
St. Pierre here to serve. He'll catch a bit of the net. Brouwer pops it over. It's a free. Ends up working in favor of St. Pierre and Sentesy, and they'll get the point out of it. Bit of an awkward back and forth, but they'll take it. 12-10.
Yeah, Snivler off the net, and then Sentesy, maybe not the greatest pass, but he definitely fixes the ball with a great roll shot again down the line.
St. Pierre to serve. Brouwer gets an arm on it. Off the post. Not able to get much further than that.
He's served there by Mike St. Pierre. Mike St. Pierre actually represents our Canadian Forces national indoor volleyball team.
You're supplying volleyball talent for the armed forces now, Shane. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I asked him where they train out of. He says they train everywhere, they play everywhere, so he gets...
Here you go, buddy.
13-11 in favor of St. Pierre and Sentesy. Brouwer to serve. St. Pierre does well to get there. Sentesy not able to follow it up, though. Excellent serve from Brouwer. 13-12. There's never really been much more than a 3-point lead either way here, Shane. They've kept this match very close.
Yeah, I would be surprised if this match doesn't go to 3 sets for sure.
Sentesy with the dig.
Nobody.
At the net, Brouwer. No one at the net to block that one, but there's another nice hit from Webb. Picks his corner. 13-all.
So you see a play there, it's coming up right here, where Jeff Webb decides to peel off the net instead of block. He's been getting beat with those over-line shots, and so he peels off, and it's a great decision. They dig it up, and they get the kill of their own.
Our serves right at Sentesy. St. Pierre up into the block of Webb. Not getting past that anytime soon.
Good choices by Jeff Webb. We talked about the peel before. This one he realizes that the set is tight to the net, so he stays and blocks, and look at that. Beautiful block by Jeff Webb.
He's got another one. No, it goes over to Sentesy. Still live to Brouwer. Off the net. And there's the power from Brouwer. You called it, Shane, and with absolutely no question or hesitation, straight down.
Yeah, he actually made an awkward shot. He didn't have full approach there, but he still managed to get a pretty decisive kill there.
15-13. They've gone from being down by 2 to up by 2, and just like that, 15-13. St. Pierre at the net, gets it off the head of Webb.
Yeah, domed him. That's what we call it.
No worse for wear, though. Minus the part where he's given up the point. 15-14 now.
That's a big man taking a swing right there, right off your head.
Ooh.
I'm sure Jeff's had that happen a few times.
Sentesy. And it is indeed out.
So one of the things you'll see these guys, we're talking about the block and the peeling, you'll see them flash signals behind their back. The blockers will flash signals to their server, and they'll flash a 1 or they'll flash a 2. 1 means they're blocking line, and 2 means they're blocking cross, so it sets up your defense.
Off the net. Favorable roll there for Webb. He'll get the ace out of it. St. Pierre goes close but can't get there.
Yeah.
17-14. Cleaner serve this time. St. Pierre puts it up. Sentesy over Brouwer, but long. 18-14. And Webb is jumping for joy as he goes to retrieve that ball right over the ad hoarding.
Yeah, to be 20 again, I guess, right? Or 19. I think he's 19, actually.
19, athletic, talented. All things I definitely am not. Sentesy. St. Pierre. What a great block from Brouwer.
Yeah, I think that one might have actually got through and landed on
You're right, it did
Brouwer's
fall on
side,
the inside.
Yeah.
So it looks good, but the kill was even better. As we can see here, the power from Sentesy. Yes, it does indeed fall on that side of the court. St. Pierre back to serve. Wide.
Yeah, Mike St. Pierre is not happy about that one. I think he knew as soon as he took a swing there that it was going out.
19-15, not the time to be giving up cheap points here as we approach set point. Not quite there yet, 19-15. Sentesy at the net, the duel. They keep it live, great defense from St. Pierre, and they go over Brouwer now. Webb sets him up, little on 2. Backwards bump there at the net. Brouwer keeps alive by St. Pierre, great defense. Brouwer at the net, gets it over, and it's out.
And that ball's hit out.
Excellent rally, some scrambly defense at times, but ultimately fantastic work by Sentesy and St. Pierre.
We're going to see this replay here, and there's a really smart play that Sentesy does here. He knows he just gets a hand on it, he can't control it, and he puts it into the net to make a continue out of it. It's a great shot. It was too early in the rally to see it, but it was a smart play on Rowan Sentesy's part.
Good. Anyway, buddy. Go climb, line.
At the net, St. Pierre takes advantage of a poor pass. 19-17.
You heard Braydon Brouwer say, "I gave you nothing." It's so true. He put him right on top of the net. Jeff Webb had nothing.
One more. I got your seam. We're on the good side, hey, bud. I got your seam.
Sentesy.
There you go.
Webb up to Brouwer.
Go cross.
Webb goes over. He does catch the back corner. Floats that one over the block. Not much could be done there by St. Pierre.
Yeah, and it sets up match point for the young guns from VIU. Jeff Webb back to serve, who's, like I said, Canada Games gold medalist. So he's been in this situation before.
And I'm sure he'd love to add a Volleybash goal to it as well. Sentesy off of Brouwer. He'll keep the rally going. 2018.
Yeah, Mike St. Pierre back to serve. Again, facing set point, though.
I got your seam.
He's got quite a run up here to St. Pierre. Put some power behind it. He does.
Go cross, line.
Webb. Webb with the kill for the set point. Volleybash 27 gold medal match. Shane, some highlights from that first set between St. Pierre, Sentesy, Brouwer, and Webb.
Yeah, you see right there, he just pops the ball. He has nowhere to go with that ball. It was a great block by Webb, and then Sentesy just punches it into the net. He knows exactly what he's doing, and then it kept that rally alive. And this rally was a great rally on all of them. And then, unfortunately, Brouwer just going for maybe too much and puts it slightly out.
Close.
And I think this was
set.
game. Oh no, this wasn't.
There's another good good option there. We saw some really good defense. As you mentioned during the first set there, Shane, some great agility on display by both of them. Both teams, I should say, not just power, though we do see power here from Webb as he makes that kill to win the set. Power and agility on display from both sides.
For sure.
So back to serve to start this second set will be Sentesy. Rowan Sentesy. Mike St. Pierre on your broadcast left.
Here we go. Yes, partner, first point. Let's go.
Braydon Brouwer on the right.
Yeah, Jeff Webb tries to go over on two. I think it was maybe desperation, but he scored a few times, but I think they might be onto him. The older guys are onto him.
Go, buddy.
Brouwer.
Watch it.
It's close to Webb with St. Pierre. Gets it up.
Line!
Sentesy over. He does get it to fall.
Yeah, he's been very successful with that. We call it a line over. And yeah, here it comes up right here. He's just nice dig, nice in control. Reads the defense is staying cross court, and he just rolls it high line and scores again.
2-0 lead early. Sentesy and St. Pierre. This time it's Brouwer finding line right off the tape. 2-1.
Yeah, a little bit of yeah, I can do the same thing you can do here, I think.
Is that through the block?
Let's go.
And it'll be Webb back to serve.
You got it. Oh, come on.
Sentesy to St. Pierre. Sentesy.
Yeah. Right here, bro.
Brouwer puts it up. Webb.
Come on, Mikey.
Good pop up there by Sentesy. St. Pierre. Sentesy.
Oh.
Brouwer does well to get there. And a little tip.
Oh,
Able to get it over is Jeff Webb. Great extension from both Brouwer and Webb to keep that alive.
Yeah, and some emotion from the young guns.
You can see
There's
here.
a nice defensive play. There's that line shot peel.
And it's here where the defense really
Look at
shines.
that dig.
Brouwer, fantastic. Great reaction time by Webb to put the little flick over.
Thank you.
Great adjustment of the lines there during the replay. It's all clean and ready to go. Webb serves. He's there with the dig. Not the best one, though. Brouwer unable to get there, and that'll be a point for Sentesy and St. Pierre.
Yeah, here's a Jeff Webb attempts the backhand flapper, but sometimes it's desperation. It's all you got. Almost worked out for him.
An unorthodox play if we're being charitable.
Yeah, it's used though.
Brouwer low, but Webb does well to get it over. It'd be a free ball regardless. Sentesy up to St. Pierre. Off the block. Webb on second hit. Does get it to go back corner. Another line floated.
Yeah, that play there, you could see that the difference in the outdoor game is that a block actually counts as a hit. So at that point, Jeff had to go over. That was the third contact.
Did well. And we're now even at 3 apiece. Brouwer to serve. Sentesy onto the block. Webb coming up massive at the near side of the net. 4-3, they'll switch sides. Webb coming up big for the VIU tandem.
Yeah, it's a big swing, so it makes that block look even better. He just takes a huge rip at it, and there's nowhere to go. Webb sealed it very nicely. Sometimes the block can be a momentum changer too. So we saw that in the first set after a big block. The VIU guys ended up going on a 2 or 3 point span there. So we'll see if that happens.
They're up 4-3 now in the second set. They took the first set. Sentesy goes over, but waiting there is Brouwer. It's Brouwer. St. Pierre with a free ball right back over. It does catch them unaware. Tricky play from St. Pierre.
Well, they're all being a little cheeky with their one-hand pokies here and there, and I think St. Pierre said, I've had enough. Take that.
Thank you.
And also, he's probably in the back of his mind remembered in that first set how Jeff Webb did it to him, so now it's 1-1, I guess, in the whole cheesy play.
You give as good as you get, I believe, would be a good summary there, Shane.
Yeah, sure.
Next play action, here's Webb. Tried to uncork a monster kill, but found nothing but his own side of the net. 5-4. Sentesy and St. Pierre.
Yeah, ball's off the net, and Jeff still tries to take a big rip at it. He knew he had no block, so he tried to swing, but not quite.
Webb will try again here. This time he goes over the block. Does he keep it in? He does. They're saying yes, it did touch line.
No, I think what happened is it actually went off the blocker's hands. So he wiped it off the hands.
Let's take a look here on the replay. I think
last
you're right
touched St. Pierre here, right there.
Oh, just the fingers.
Yep.
That close.
Okay. You're mid.
Webb serves low. St. Pierre for Sentesy.
Yes, buddy. Come on. No worries. Let's go.
Not able to keep that one in. Point for Brouwer and Webb.
Let's go.
Good crowd showing up here at Volleybash 27.
Absolutely, they're being treated to some good beach volleyball here. Great play like that from St. Pierre. Sentesy sends the free ball over. Webb with a little touch. 7-5. Webb has been showing that he's not afraid to go big, but he can also be tricky here, Shane, and he does that just fine.
Yeah, it goes over here on 2 again. But again, I think the serve was the key there. They put him in trouble and got the ball back.
Great defense there from Webb. Brouwer to Webb. Over the head of Sentesy. Does catch the inside of the court.
You're so lucky.
Point for Brouwer and Webb, 8-5.
Yeah, here Jeff Webb gets a swing, but I think he hits it mostly with his fingertips, and it fooms, but it fooms in, so he gets lucky on that one.
Sentesy. Great dig by by Webb. Brouwer can't get there in time. Straight through the crowd it goes, and that's a point for Sentesy and St. Pierre.
Yeah, Rowan takes a good swing there, gets it around that block, and just a little bit too much for Jeff to handle.
8-6. The 14th point of the set, so they'll switch sides. Now into the sun are Brouwer and Webb. So far, the score hasn't really indicated a massive advantage playing into the sun. Maybe 1 or 2 points, Jane, but both teams seem to cope with it quite well.
Yeah, totally. They're keeping their composure for sure. They're not letting 1 or 2 points rattle them, and they're staying right there. It's really, at this point, it's anyone's game. Some good plays on both sides. It's a great match, and this is the way that a championship should be.
Absolutely. Great advertisement for Volleybash. This gold medal match is St. Pierre serves, Brouwer up to Webb. Brouwer at the net, goes over. He does find a spot. Inside, 9-6.
Fantastic work, bud.
Hopefully we see a replay on this. I don't know if we're going to get one, but he goes up and he holds his shot. Looks like he's going to go cross court. He gets so high, and then he just changes his angle with his wrist and scores deep line again.
Sentesy goes over Webb. Brouwer can't get there. And they get it right back.
Once again, it's like this game of horse that you play in basketball or whatever. As soon as one person does one shot, the other one goes and does the exact same shot. It's like they're just showing off to each other.
It's a good analogy with horse there. It's very good. Very apt here. 9-7. Brouwer and Webb over Sentesy and St. Pierre. Brouwer. Little touch there. Great defense by Sentesy. He'll try it himself. Brouwer keeps it up. And it's a free ball off of Webb. St. Pierre and Sentesy slowed down. St. Pierre uncorks one. Another one off the dome of Webb. 8-9. St. Pierre and Sentesy not going away.
Yeah, I don't know if the camera does it justice, but these four guys, we got two younger guys and two maybe veterans, we'll call them, but they are big men. And for these guys to play this kind of defense is pretty outstanding. Saying that as a defensive short player.
For sure. They're putting on a clinic here. Great show. Off the line. That was out, they say.
Yeah, us short people, we don't like that. Us short ball control players don't like that because it means that we lose a job out there. And these big guys can play defense too.
Won't someone spare a thought for the liberos?
Yeah, for sure.
Sentesy serving here 9-all. Webb. Brouwer.
Oh, Mike, come on!
Nice little off-speed hit there. St. Pierre knows he got fooled. 10-9. Webb and Brouwer.
Yeah, at some point I wonder if they're going to try peeling a little bit more because every time that they stay on the net, they're roll shotting by that block every time.
St. Pierre goes for power. Gets it. Webb there, but not able to do anything. A little bit of a frustration vented there by St. Pierre.
Yeah, that's a good swing by St. Pierre. He is, like I said, a big, strong man, and he sure can hit that ball hard, and he showed it there.
All. St. Pierre off the net. Webb still able to deal with it. Brouwer up. Webb over Sentesy, but St. Pierre's waiting for it. St. Pierre again does manage to find the spot where Brouwer wasn't. 11-10, and they'll switch sides. The lead has been changing hands back and forth here, Shane, and it's not hard to see why.
Yeah, it's when you're playing that ball that high above the net, you've got so much time to see where the defensive player is. And, you know, if I was to be coaching these guys, I would probably say that maybe the defender can stay kind of more in the middle of the court a little bit longer and then make their decision to pop out from behind the block. Because right now they're really showing it, and I think if they could stay back, stay there a little bit longer, hide out a little bit longer, not show where they're going.
You're watching the men's gold medal match on your broadcast right. Serving right now, St. Pierre and Sentesy down 1-0 to Brouwer and Webb. Webb up to hit here.
Come on!
Does a kill. He does a kill. And with that, we're tied at 11.
Yeah, good decision by Jeff Webb to take a swing at it. He had no block. They peeled off because they thought it was going to be a bad set. That actually Brouwer put the ball up there pretty good, and great decision to take the swing.
You'd mentioned in the previous, just before the break there, Shane, about how maybe going for the peel might be a better strategic move. Did they perhaps see that coming, Brouwer and Webb?
Well, traditionally you'll peel off if the pass is off the net because you suspect that the set isn't going to be tight, but Brouwer did a good job with that set for sure.
Brouwer to serve. Sentesy, St. Pierre.
Go on! Go.
It'll be Webb now. Brouwer. Duel at the nets, kept alive. They'll get it over, and they will get the point out of it. Close quarters defense from Brouwer and Webb, they get the point up 12-11.
Once again, showing that you can use that block as a way of recycling the play. Just pops it into there, controls it nice and easy, doesn't panic, and then they turn it around.
Sentesy to St. Pierre this time. Sentesy over the block. Brouwer's waiting for it. Webb on 2. St. Pierre did his best to get there. Once again, the big man can move, as you've said, Shane. Able to get an arm to it, just not enough to pop it up. 13-11, Brouwer Webb.
Every time those second balls go over, it's just really deflating for your team. You can see Rowan Sentesy just kind of put his head down. He knew he should have peeled off.
Cross!
Sentesy does it this time, though. Winds, gets a tip off the block. Doesn't matter as he finds the back corner. 13-12.
Yeah, one thing that the camera does not pick up is the heat that these guys are playing in. It is hot out here. It is getting later right now. It's about 6 o'clock, but this is almost the hottest time on the beach where the wind dies down and these guys are baking out here.
Brouwer. Webb goes on 2 again. Sentesy able to get there. St. Pierre does very well to keep it alive. It'll be a free ball. Great defense. Brouwer now at the net. Again, St. Pierre doing everything he can to keep his side in it. 14-12, Brouwer and Webb. St. Pierre is just doing an absolute masterclass out there, just not getting it to fall his way in the scoreboard.
Yeah, he's pretty incredible out there. He does not give up.
His side down by 2 now as Brouwer serves. St. Pierre to Sentesy. What can St. Pierre do on offense? Goes line over.
I'm pretty impressed with Mike St. Pierre's cardio. He's just been diving all over, and then he gets served right away. Smart choice on the youngsters' part by serving them, and he goes up no problem and gets the kill with the overline shot. You don't even see him second wind right now. It's crazy.
This, Mikey.
Fantastic specimen of an athlete. Back to serve now. His team down by a point.
It's in.
Brouwer up to Webb on 2 again. Sentesy off the nets. Can't keep it live, though. 15-13, they will switch sides. They've been doing a lot more this year, Shane. This hit on 2.
Yes, that hit on 2's been pretty effective for Jeff Webb. And he used that quite a bit when he was at the Canada Games. And he got the gold medal doing it, so obviously it's effective.
Do what works, right? Unfortunately, serving into the net is not always a gold medal tactic. And with that, 15-14, it is now Sentesy back to serve. Brouwer to Webb. Webb on 2 again, but this time Sentesy's ready for it. He goes a spike of his own. Not quite able to keep that in, but that time they were ready for the hit on 2 and nearly made Brouwer and Webb pay for it.
Yeah, it was a great day. Good choice. He totally read it right and got a little help from the top of the tape.
St. Pierre now at the net. Sentesy goes over and this time catches Webb going the wrong way, and that'll fall for a point. 16-15, Brouwer Webb.
It's definitely playing a factor, this sun right now. I think that you're seeing the points differential always going to the team that's on the opposing side to the sun, if you want to call it.
The shade side, could we call it?
Yeah. You can see them really pulling their brims of their hats down to see.
They're able to get it up, though, is Brouwer. What can he do with it? Goes line over again. Not taking any chances. 17-15.
Using that line shot again. High and over that block.
It's simple and it's working out well for them. St. Pierre to Sentesy. Here's St. Pierre off the block again of Webb. Kept live by Brouwer. Webb does get it over. St. Pierre opts to bump it up. Sentesy goes line over himself. And there's a well-earned point for Sentesy and St. Pierre.
Yeah, the key to that, I think, was Mike St. Pierre's fake hit. You'll see it right here. The ball comes over, and he fakes that he's going to hit it, and then it draws the block, and
Brouwer
then no
bought
block.
that. Brouwer bought that hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, totally.
Great work by St. Pierre. Brouwer to Webb. Goes over, and he will get it to fall. 18-16. And here we see again, just able to float over those blocks and still catch the corner.
Yeah, you know, if I was, again, coaching them, I would have said, why are you at the net? He should have peeled in that situation. It wasn't a good set.
Pierre going right up into the sun here, but it's kept up by Webb. Brouwer keeps it alive. Webb does play it, but into the net. Poor decision perhaps there.
Yeah, very, very poor decision. It's a ball coming from the back end of the net of the court, and to hit a ball over your shoulder, it's just incredibly difficult. I think he should have just opted to put the ball over and tried to play defense on it.
Awkward angle, not really going to work out for him. And it didn't. 18-17 though, they still have a 1-point lead. But it's Sentesy and St. Pierre to serve.
And the Young Guns are up 1-0, so this is a crucial time right now because they do play to 21, so this is getting to be crunch time. The veterans, we'll call them, St. Pierre and Sentesy need to get some points right here.
St. Pierre to serve. He's been, for my money, the MVP of this match. Has been absolutely everywhere and everything.
Yes, come on.
But Sentesy's no slouch either. Great presence at the net. 18 all.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, tough situation here for St. Pierre and Sentesy, though. They are on the bad side, facing the sun, but they got the first point with that side change, so good for them.
Go, Mikey.
And of the four, St. Pierre appears to be the only one without a hat or shades.
The Gracie ball. I got your team. Yeah. Give me a block.
St. Pierre with the serve, and it is long. He was saying before that serve chain that the ball felt greasy to him.
Yeah, well, again, the heat. They've been playing all day since 10 o'clock this morning. I don't know how many matches they've played, so with this heat and the fatigue, some of them, I think Brouwer and Webb played triples yesterday as well. So there's a lot of ball being played.
19-18, Brouwer and Webb to serve. Sentesy, St. Pierre. Easily read there, Brouwer. At the net.
Yes, good swing, Brow. Come on, buddy.
Off the block.
Push one, bud. Let's
and
go.
That's 20. 20-18 match point here for Brouwer and Webb.
I think St. Pierre and Sentesy have called a timeout.
It's a good call there. Facing match point, staring into the sun. If you're going to get your composure, now is it.
Yeah, you think back to that missed serve from St. Pierre. That was a critical missed serve. They had the momentum, and they were on the bad side. You talked about not having a hat or sunglasses. In my mind, that's a poor decision. Yeah, in these conditions, you need sunglasses, you need a hat. It's just something that it's part of the uniform. You know, indoors you have ankle braces and knee pads. While out on the beach, sunglasses are a must in my mind. But here they are, 2018.
They're only down by 2, so if sunglasses end up being the difference between 2 points in a match or a set,
yeah,
perhaps a lesson learned there for St. Pierre, who otherwise has been just fantastic this game. Unfortunately, Brouwer and Webb have been the better tandem, and they have a chance here to serve for a match. Gold medal point perhaps here. Sentesy, and did he get a piece of it?
Yes, Jeff called touch on it.
He did indeed. They stay alive, 2019.
Once again, it's 2019. That's a critical time, and no referees, and it's sorted out by these two teams by themselves.
And it's just the lightest of touches, too. Blink and you miss it. The honor system of Volleybash continues to work. Brouwer. Webb on 2 this time. Sentesy's ready for it. Pierre Sentesy again goes line over. Brouwer keeps it alive. Webb does very well to get there, and Brouwer will give him the free ball. St. Pierre at the net. Sentesy goes in. It is out. It does just cross the line. Your 2017 Volleybash gold medalists, Braydon Brouwer, Jeff Webb.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome for Jeff Webb. A Canada Games gold and a Volleybash 27. gold medal. So great action there, both teams.
And here's how they did it, Shane.
Yeah, it was a unfortunate situation.
Some of the action leading up to it, I should be clear. There was it's been quite the match. 2 sets of excellent volleyball.
Look at that dig.
Fantastic. So this is a if you missed this, folks, first of all, go back and rewatch it. But secondly, just watch these highlights and get an idea of how fantastic all 4 of these athletes have been. Great display of volleyball.
Totally. It's, again, we talk about the heat. These guys have played all day in this heat, and look at the way they move. They're big guys, and they just show their agility and their athleticism, and they put on a great show for these spectators that are now just kind of packing up and leaving. But what a great...
We'll take a look here. We called this earlier. This is the great fake. There it is. Oh. That fake by St. Pierre sends Brouwer completely out of sorts. And while it wasn't enough to get him to win in the end, boy, did it look good. And here's the match point, Shane.
Yeah, he makes a great play, and then he just... Oh, no,
this dig was just fantastic. Webb, great layout.
This one here where it just would have been nice to be a better set. And Rowan does his best to put a good shot in, but just out. Unfortunate.
And that right there, Braydon Brouwer and Jeff Webb are your Volleybash 27 gold medalists. All right, guys, that was 2 sets of absolutely fantastic volleyball. You got to be feeling good about yourselves after that.
Yeah, it was good to come back not playing for 4 months and winning it, so that was pretty sweet.
Yeah. I mean, it was a hard-fought battle with a bunch of teams today, and that was just the outcome of the final, and I was really happy how it came because we played probably our best game in that final.
It sure looked like it's some fantastic defense from both of you and from your opponents. Well, talk a little bit about Sentesy and St. Pierre, your opponents there.
I got to say, they're really knowledgeable about the game. They know all the right shots to make, when to swing, where to block and stuff. So I'm sure like he showed me that he knows how to make the right shots in the right time. So it was awesome. I was really happy.
You guys got to be feeling good about the upcoming indoor season after a performance like that outdoor.
Yeah, it's good to get back on the indoor, get a jump a little bit higher, you know. But yeah, it's going to be a good team. It's going to be a good leading. It's a good experience getting in here, and then going from here to there, it's going to be a good transition.
Excellent. Congratulations, Braydon Brouwer, Jeff Webb, Volleybash 27 champs. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Shane Hyde, I'm Roturo. Thank you for watching Shaw TV's coverage. Volleybash 27. Until next time. See you then.